OMG, look at that OMC. Hey guys, it's Michael from Fire and Brilliance and welcome back. You know what that is, right? It's the OMC, the old mine cut from our Heirloom collection here at Fire and Brilliance. We'll be comparing that stone. It is a cushion, colorless version, and we'll be comparing it against a Forever One colorless Moissanite, also a cushion Moissanite by Charles and Colvard. And I'm going to get right into it for you. Alright guys, so the first stone that I'll be taking out is the Forever One Charles and Colvard Moissanite. Now this is a colorless version. It is a brilliant cut. So again, if you guys have been watching my videos in the past, basically what a brilliant cut is the way it's faceted. It's more of a modern type of cut. Modern meaning, you know, within the last 100 years, right? So gemstones and faceting and cutting's been around for quite some time. So the brilliant cut's been around for quite some time now, but it's more of the modern cut compared to the old antique vintage types of styles, right? So with that said, this is a 9mm, approximately a 3.3 carat diamond equivalent weight Moissanite. Now with that said, I will be taking out the OMC, the Heirloom collection from our Fire and Brilliance line. Well, let's go over the similarities first. The similarity is both of these stones are 9mm. Both of them are approximately 3.3 carats of diamond equivalent weight. The difference of the OMC, it's called the old mine cut. Old mine cut meaning it's a vintage cut, an antique cut. So prior to modern technology of the current century and the previous century, a lot of these stones were faceted by hand, and therefore they weren't able to really facet it in a way where more of the brilliant cut, it kind of just sparkles everywhere. The old mine cut, the appreciation for the old mine cut is that the facets are slightly larger, and therefore you're able to take a look into the stone quite a bit more. So it looks clearer, it looks wider in terms of the facets, and the actual refraction and reflection of light is definitely larger, right? So it's not very busy like that of the brilliant cut, as opposed to the old mine cut. It's a little softer. It gives it more of an antique vintage feel. So this type of cut was very popular between the 1400s to 1800s. If you've been watching my channel, and I say this over and over again, and I hope I'm not repeating myself too much, but really there is no right or wrong answer. It's really ultimately up to your taste, your preference, your style, your sense of fashion, and those types of things, right? So some people really like the old mine cut, the vintage cut, the antique cut, as opposed to the brilliant cut, while others, they prefer the brilliant cut as opposed to the old mine cut. But both of these are very nice. I personally have an appreciation for both, so hopefully you guys are able to see it here. And if you notice here, the facets, again, they're quite larger than that of the brilliant cut, and the way the facet placements are placed in between these stones, you are able to truly see inside the stone a little more without all the busyness of the reflection of light of a brilliant cut. Alright guys, so for this segment of the show, the showcase, I am taking out a 4-prong solitaire white gold setting where we have set the OMC Heirloom Moissanite by Fire and Brilliance. So the center stone is the OMC. It's a 9mm. It's on a 4-prong setting, as you can see. And it's a plain solitaire shank. And the beauty of solitaire rings is that it really showcases the center stone. It's not taking away from the main attraction. So if you're going to purchase a large stone like this, such as a 9mm stone, then it's really nice when you set it on just something nice, plain, classic, traditional, as it really brings out that specific centerpiece. The beauty of the 14K white gold is the fact that it's really metallic. You could definitely see that. And especially with the center stone that is colorless, it's usually preferred to go with a white gold or white metal setting such as sterling silver, white gold, or palladium and platinum. Because a lot of times what happens is this. Usually if you're to go with the yellow gold or go with the rose gold, and if you're to actually set a center stone that is colorless, the reflection of light or the reflection of the metal through the stone, if it was yellow gold, it may make it appear as if the center stone has some color to it because of that reflection. When it doesn't. So a lot of people, when they do want a colorless stone and they truly want to make sure that the stone is colorless, then they'll typically set it on or pair it with a white metal. So the one thing to notice here in terms of the prongs that we use for this specific solitaire setting, it is a 4-prong. However, there are different types of 4-prong settings. What most people are used to seeing is a standard 4-prong that looks like a V shape. This is a V-shaped 4-prong, but it's also called a sculptural prong. It kind of goes in and it hugs the stone. So it looks as if it's a very tight fit, and it's very popular these days, and it's very popular for us. So this is a 4-prong, but it's not a standard 4-prong like a regular V, as opposed to it's a sculptural prong which hugs and really goes into the stone and holds the center stone as if it's a snug fit. Now, in terms of the shank, the thing to notice here is that this is a standard shank where it's rounded, but the difference here is, if you notice, is that it's a comfort fit. If you take a look at the shank, does it have a rounded edge to it? Is it rounded around the edges? And if it is, then it's a comfort fit. Now, one thing to keep in mind is don't be confused with the name, okay? If you were to purchase a standard shank that is not labeled a comfort fit, it's just, all that means is it's a little more squarish rather than rounded. It doesn't necessarily mean that's not comfortable, okay? So that name's a little misleading, but the name is called a comfort fit. But if you were to purchase just a regular shank or regular band that is more squarish around the edges, it does not necessarily mean that's not comfortable. So this is a comfort fit shank or band that's rounded with a 4V prong that is sculptural with a center stone of a 9mm colorless moissanite from our Heirloom collection, the OMC. It's really nice, really popular, very, very, very classic look. Hey guys, I hope you guys like what you saw there. Again, thank you so much for all your support in 2017. You know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you've been following us for a while, if we've earned that subscription, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below, hit the like button. We definitely do get back to many of our comments. So if you have any questions at all, if there's anything that you like, that you do not like, and something that you want us to improve on, we could definitely do that for you, okay? With that said, you know, here at the F&B Geminar, this specific playlist is for your educational purposes so that you can make an educated decision before investing into something that you will hopefully wear for a lifetime. We do have another playlist if you're interested in taking a look at our specific designs here at Fire and Brilliance. Then it's called the F&B Rings, Blings, and Things. Okay, so it's on our YouTube channel. With that said, the holidays are on the corner. So here from the F&B team, thank you so much and happy holidays to you.